Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Final hour coming on up. Got those Busch tickets to give away. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Lido Ford says, so Leroy spends 45 minutes doing math puzzles online, and Tobin spends 45 minutes watching a ball. Yes, but not during the show. Not during the show.
The big difference.
Big difference. Not even during commercial breaks. That's more of like a, it's kind of like one of those when I'm in bed, I don't like what's on TV, or I can't fall asleep, and I'm just like, let's just throw on the old red ball. And then I love when they put a checklist too, because some of the accounts will put a checklist. So it'll be like rubber bands, and then it'll put ice cube, and then it'll put an apple, and then it'll be like bing, bing. Couldn't get through the apple. Oh well, heat up that red ball a little more, dude. I love that. I'm gonna send you some red ball, Leroy.
No.
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 Send it to the chat. I'd love to see what you're talking about.
When Ja goes to the Heat, Tobin will watch a wrecking ball destroy the franchise.
All right, I'll give you some. This is the stuff that's around the internet right now. Brian Windhorst, this is from our friend Heat Central on Twitter. He said on George Sedano's show on ESPN LA, I'm not feeling a Heat deal right now for Giannis. Now, if at 2:00 the Heat trade Andrew Wiggins for 2 first-round picks, then we got to deal with the Heat. That's a deal that you do if you go get Giannis. But I'm not feeling it. I know people have reacted to the Timberwolves trading Mike Conley yesterday. They just did that to save money. But if anything, it mildly weakened their hand. So Windhorst not exactly putting anything out there that seems like it's imminent with a Giannis deal. There was a report, I think it was from Clutch Points today, from Brett Siegel, that said that some people in other front offices think the Heat have completely moved on from Giannis and are looking at Ja Morant.
Oh, great.
Well, listen, if they can't get Giannis, they can't get Giannis. It does. That's what like Ira was reporting. They're not mutually exclusive to one another. Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer says the Kings remain the team most strongly connected to the Grizzlies for Ja Morant. Sacramento views Morant as a high upside player who could return to star status with a change of scenery. Heat among teams engaged as well. Kelly Iko, who's been on this Ja Morant story, he's very connected to their camp. He says Memphis is not working with Morant in the same manner as other stars like Harden and Giannis with their respective team in trade talks. Grizzlies are seeking the best deal strictly for the organization.
So, question, do those comments right there lead you to believe, what we were talking about earlier, is that guys go to teams thinking that there's something that they're not? Because when they say the Grizzlies aren't accommodating Ja, and does Ja think he should be accommodated? Because that seems like that would add to the problem.
I don't know. I mean, I can't say what. I imagine that it's not been the most cordial thing over the year based on the back and forth that's gone on there. I think the thing, though, when you say, like, oh, they're not going to accommodate Ja, like, all right, dude, well, what do the Kings have for Ja Morant? Like, go look at their roster. It's not like they got what are they going to give him? Keegan Murray and a bag of donuts? Like, they don't have exactly, Zach LaVine. Like, it's not like they're Devin Carter, who they never play.
Right.
Like, it's not like they're robust of stuff either. So
it's funny because all these teams that are taking these moral stands with these players and who aren't playing, now you want them to be valuable when you trade them.
Right. So pretty wild. Let's see. Jimmy Butler's friend is saying that Brett Siegel's full of it. Ernie. He's a Heat Twitter favorite. So that's the stuff out there right now. Nothing new. We're keeping an eye on it. So we'll see. We will. We're keeping you abreast of all the things going on right now. The Dolphins, apparently they're introducing Bobby Slowik right now. But yesterday, Troy Aikman was on the Rich Eisen show, and this is what he had to say on Jeff Hafley and why he knew he would be a great coach.
In broadcasting, obviously I've been doing this a long time, 25 years. There have been coaches who, when I've had production meetings with them, who I didn't know, and as soon as I meet them, I've said, "Wow, this guy, he's not going to be a coordinator long. He's going to be a head coach real soon."
Sure.
I thought Mike Vrabel was that guy. I thought DeMeco Ryans was that guy. And I'll tell you, I felt that way about Jeff Hafley a year ago, back in 24, when we first did the Packers. Our first production meeting with Jeff, I remember saying to our crew, this guy's going to be a head coach real soon. And he already had been in college. So I believe he checks all the boxes. I really do. But he does have the challenge of addressing the offensive side of the ball in an offensive league. Not now. I mean, he's hoping that becomes a problem. But like I said, those are the issues that all defensive coaches, head coaches, have to concern themselves with.
All right. Yeah, not a lot of I don't. That's why I think why Mike McDaniel was such a hot guy. There's not exactly a lot of sexy names that passed around the offensive guru boards this year. You know,
Right.
a lot of retreads getting the hires and offensive coordinator spots, Leroy.
It's weird because when you look around the league, there's not very many offensive coordinators that are getting a head coaching job. It's mostly going to defense, and I think that more people are impressed with the attitude in which defensive-minded coaches go into playing. You know,
Right.
more than likely, defensive guys are going to be trench guys, are going to be the importance of a pass rush and the importance of protecting the quarterback. They're going to look at it that way. Offense, they just want to be wide open and, you know, and score a bunch of points, and they don't necessarily pay attention to the defense as much. And if you look at it, the offensive guys who have that stud as a defensive coordinator or the guys that flourish, the offensive guys that come in and never get the defensive coordinator situation fixed, they struggle.
And then we got 2 defensive head coaches, but I mean, Josh McDaniel's not going to get another shot at head coaching. Like, let's be real about it. Like, how many more chances is the guy going to get? And Clint
we said that about Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, but at least he had to go to college. I guess he could go to college. He's not going to get another NFL
If
job.
Lane Kiffin said he was going to the NFL, somebody would hire him.
Really?
Yes.
So unprofessional.
That again, dude.
He is coaching John Moran. But he has to lead everybody.
Yeah. And you see how many people are willing to give him however much money he wants to coach?
Just gave up on the playoffs. I still can't get over. I'm sorry. I can't get over it.
I lived it.
Out of the playoffs.
I lived it.
That's crazy to me, dude.
I lived it. I was in college and Bill Frieder, after the regular season, before March Madness, took the job at Arizona State, and Bo told him kick rocks. Only a Michigan man would coach Michigan. And Fisher took over, went 6-0, his first 6 games as a Michigan coach, and won the national championship. That's how crazy it is. Lane Kiffin almost did the same thing. They weren't that far off.
Wild, dude. Troy Aikman also explained how he got the gig and how pleased he was with the hiring process.
I got a call out of nowhere from the Dolphins, and they were looking for somebody who could help them. They reached out to a number of people. My name apparently kept emerging, and they reached out and asked if I would help them. My first concern was that I've always been asked about coaches. I've never been asked about general managers. And so I just wanted to be sure I could give them what they were hoping I could. And I talked to some people, did some homework on it, reached out to some folks. And not only did I think I could help them, I became very confident I could help them a lot. So I decided to do it. It was a great experience for me. Loved getting to know Mr. Ross and his family, Danny Silman, his son-in-law, of course, Tom Garfinkel, who I had a history with already, going back into some other businesses, Danny Marino and Brandon Shore. And so
Danny.
John Eric Sullivan was hired as a general manager. They then asked if I would stay on and help them find a head coach. So I was involved in that process as well, and thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was, I thought we did, we were very detailed. We interviewed a lot of people. And I feel good that they hired two really outstanding individuals that will do well. But time will answer that question.
Well, you better be short, dude. Right? You better not get into some bums, Troy Aikman. This Tom Garfinkel knows everybody, huh? He's an A1 hobnobber.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
He is a mover and shaker of business. Unbelievable. Barry Jackson tweets out, by the way, Bobby Slowik speaking at a press conference. He says, asked by WSVN how he plans to revive Tua, he said, quote, last year was a difficult year. What jumped out to me was the grace Tua handled it with and the way that he went about his daily routine. He said Tua can absolutely bounce back. And yeah, that's what he said. Barry adds, not Slowik speaking, obviously, but it would be at least somewhat surprising if Tua returns with the final decision.
I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. I don't. I know a lot of people don't sign up for that. I'm like $50 million is a lot of money to just cut bait on. And I think you search every avenue. You wait until you absolutely have to make that decision. Because think about this. Guys get hurt in camp.
Mm-hmm.
Guys think they have a solution and there is none. And then now you have Tua.
Is
right?
there
So waiting and letting it play out doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, and I think if the waiting definitely, but is there anything you can do in the off season with the new people to assure? Because Slowik was here last year, so he did see the way he operates. Right. He kind of knows what was going on there.
And I bet he's having that conversation with Hafley right now. Like, look, here's what I think is wrong. Here's what I think, but he can play, or I don't think he's got it, or, whatever that conversation is. I just think that making hasty moves to satisfy, people is not always the prudent choice in situations like this. I think you wait it out. You're paying the $50 million anyway. If somebody jumps at it, then sure. But if you wait and somebody gets hurt and a situation presents itself, you're going to be glad that you have that option of having an asset that somebody needs. Quarterback is the hardest position in the league to get, right? I would say there's 15 to 20 people that are happy with their quarterback, and 15 to 17 guys, 17 teams that are looking and have been looking and will continue to look. So if something doesn't work out in camp, somebody gets hurt, wouldn't it be great to have Tua to say, all right, give us a 4th rounder, give us a 5th rounder, and take this money?
Kind of like this. Lazy River says they tanked for Tua. Now they can tank with Tua. So if he's a bum, then all of a sudden, right to the top of the picks.
Conversely, if they bring in Malik Willis and it works out, and you think Malik Willis is going to be the guy, then you can make that decision, right? But I would like, and here's what I would say. We've seen him do it. We don't know why everybody has reasons as to why. Some people think his arm is shot. Some people say he's, shell shot. Some people say whatever. Like, there's a bunch of reasons behind it. Before you make a move, let the new coaching staff get in there and see if it's something that you can do. Because guess what? There are no options in the draft.
Nope.
The only trades out there are Malik Willis, right? That's it.
There are no good
Who would
trades.
become, huh?
There are no good trades out there. You could do
correct.
You
So
could do,
don't.
You could do the loser trade we did yesterday of Tua for Murray.
Right. So to sit here and just make a hasty move, I think, me personally, I think it doesn't start your tenure off as a coach or a GM by doing something that hastily, right? When you've had conversations and say, hey, we need to evaluate, see what we have, and make moves accordingly.
It's time to give away the tickets. Bush bringing their Land of Milk and Honey tour to Hard Rock Live, along with special guests Mammoth, James and the Cold Gun. It's May 12th at Hard Rock Live. But right now, caller number, Jennifer, what do you want to go with? What number today?
Caller number 3.
Caller 3 to 305-567-0560. Caller 3 to 305-567-0560. Caller 3 will win a pair of tickets to Bush at Hard Rock Live. And we will give away a couple more pairs of tickets this week. But right now, our winner today will be caller number 3 to 305-567-0560. Take a break. Back after this.